Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well and taking care, and welcome to this brand new video. Of course, today we're going to be talking about Revolution of the Daleks, the upcoming New Year's special for Doctor Who. We're only 4 days away now, not long to go, and we're going to be talking about the spoiler-free reviews that were released online last night. If you don't know what they are, it's basically where the media get access to the episode in advance, early, to give us fans a bit of a preview of what to expect on the night itself, which is obviously going to be New Year's Day. We're going to be talking about in this video specifically the Graham and Ryan departure, because I feel these reviews give us a good idea of what to expect. So if you don't want any potential spoilers, I recommend not continuing. Otherwise, let's have a look at these articles in question. Right, so here we go. So we've got 2 articles to look at. We've got one from the Radio Times and one from the Mirror. I will leave the link to both of these reviews in the description below if you want to go and give them a read. But obviously, for the sake of the video, we're just going to focus on what they both say about Graham and Ryan's departure. So let's start, of course, with the Radio Times as it is on screen now. So the Radio Times say, "Though of course, by the end, everything has to take a backseat to one of the most widely reported parts of the episode, the long-predicted exit of Ryan and Graham, aka Toyson Cole and Bradley Walsh." So if you didn't know, you know now, but hopefully you didn't know that of course Bradley Walsh and Toyson Cole will be leaving in this special, at least as full-time companions. We don't know yet if they're coming back as series 13 or anything like that as reoccurring characters, but we know for a fact from BBC that this will be the final regular appearance of both Bradley Walsh as Graham and Toyson Cole as Ryan. They continue saying, "Once again, I'm forbidden from going into much detail as to how or why these characters leave, but it's no spoiler to say that it's a fairly neat conclusion to the pair's story that ties into the earliest appearances in the series and may even contain a nod or two to the show's die-hard online fans. You may get emotional, you may wonder whether there was more story to tell with these characters, but their exit feels pretty definitive by the time the characters roll." So I'll start off with just talking about this little bit here where it says may even contain a nod or two to some of the show's die-hard online fans. The fact it says online fans, I'm thinking it could be the popular Doctor Who Poop video with the Graham song, "You're Doing It Mate," where he said that iconic line from series 11 episode 1 to Graham. So it could be that, it could be just simply Graham saying "You're doing it mate" to Ryan. That would be a nice little nod, or it could be something like a cameo from Grace, or it could just be a link to Ryan's YouTube channel from series 11 episode 1. But the fact that it says the show's die-hard online fans, I'm thinking it's more suggesting the Doctor Who Poop music video, which is very popular with online fans indeed. The other interesting thing to talk about is obviously just the way that it's all worded. It does feel like to me, and it may just be me, but it does feel like the writers of this review know that the chances of Graham and Ryan coming back in series 13 or the future is very unlikely. This doesn't feel like a Martha situation where Graham and Ryan are just simply leaving the Tardis and simply come back like that. This feels like the writers of this review know that Graham and Ryan, the chances of at least both of them coming back in series 13 is very slim. So that's very interesting, and the fact they're saying, it may get emotional, you may wonder whether there's more story to tell these characters, it's definitive. It definitely feels like the writers know these characters are probably not coming back, at least both of them. So that's very interesting indeed, and we'll talk about more of that very shortly. Moving on to the final part from the Radio Times review, they say their departure makes for a fairly downbeat end to what isn't the most cheerful Doctor Who special. Probably a good idea it didn't go with Christmas then. Even as it does set up an interesting new dynamic in the TARDIS that I'm keen to see more of. So obviously that's talking about the dynamic with just the Doctor and Yaz for series 13, which is also pretty much confirmed at this point. It doesn't look like a new companion is getting added to the mix, which I think is the best idea. I think it's best to go back to the winning formula of just a Doctor and companion, because I feel 3 companions, it was ambitious, it was always a risk in my opinion, and I feel that sadly hasn't really worked out. It feels like they're just all pushing for screen time, and as much as I like Graham and Ryan, I feel it's a good idea that they're leaving, and it just gives more space for Yaz to really shine. So I'm looking forward to seeing the Doctor and Yaz in series 13 and seeing what the writers can come up with. So here we go, let's have a look at the Mirror review and see what they have to say. So it's not as long, but it still gives us a bit of an idea of what to expect. So they start off by saying, "As we know, Bradley and Toyson are both leaving the hit sci-fi series after 2 years of travelling through time and space with the Doctor," so we know that already of course. "While we won't reveal their fate, we can say that fans should have tissues at the ready. As Captain Jack says in the trailer, how many people in the universe get to meet the Doctor, let alone travel with her?" And then it ends with a little photo of the Doctor there. So yes, that is quite interesting. Obviously not much information, but the most interesting thing there is, while we won't reveal their fate, we can say that fans should have tissues at the ready. So I think when you put it all together, that we know that you should have tissues at ready, we know from the Radio Times article it's going to be emotional, it sounds like it's going to be quite definitive, and it's unlikely they're coming back for series 13, and it sounds like it's going to be the end of their story. I think they're suggesting here in these reviews we are going to get a companion death. I think either Graham, Ryan, or both are going to die in the festive special. Won't surprise me, because Chibnall was the one who actually killed Owen and Tosh, two very popular Torchwood characters off in Torchwood Series 2. He was the one that wrote that episode where they were killed off, so it's something Chibnall will do. He definitely killed Grace off in the first episode of his Chibnall era. So I feel it's the right decision if it does do this route, because I feel that's something Doctor Who's lacking, is emotional deaths. I feel with companion deaths in the Moffat era, they were all timey-wimey, like Amy Roy was sent back in time, Clara died, then she was kind of again sent with a shield and a Tardis. It's been very convoluted, so I think having just a normal emotional Doctor Who companion death is definitely needed. We've not had it in a while, and it's definitely due, and something that Chibnall I think would do. In terms of who would die, I feel only one of them. I feel more likely it's going to be Graham. I feel they would kill Graham off. I guess because Graham's older, he can kind of sacrifice himself to save the TARDIS team, to save Earth, so that's something you do with the Daleks. It could be Ryan. There is suggestions that Graham could be coming back for series 13 with Bradley Walsh's CV listing him in series 13, so maybe Ryan's going to sacrifice himself for the Daleks to kind of save them instead. Maybe that could happen, or it could be both of them. Chibnall could be pure brutal and kill them both off, but I feel it's only one of them's going to die. One of them's going to sacrifice himself at the end of the episode to save planet Earth, and I feel it's either going to be Graham or Ryan, although it could be both. Who knows? But what do you guys think? Do you think I'm looking into this too much? Do you think the reviews aren't suggesting anything? Do you think they will be coming back? Do you think it will just be a Martha type episode departure where they will just leave the TARDIS casually? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. I do weekly Doctor Who videos, and obviously I'll be doing my review hopefully on Friday night or Saturday morning of Revolution of the Daleks. So I'll be doing my first review then, and then later next week I'll be doing a full review. So stay tuned and subscribe for that. But as always, thanks for watching, take care, and I will see you on the next video. See you later.